Hey, what up, y'all? Today is May 1st, 2019, and I just want to run you through a few trades that I'm placing. So, I'll jump right into it. You're looking at Bitcoin, 52.81 at the moment. I would like to enter a long position about 5,000. Cut if it drops past 47. Honestly, I'm surprised that we haven't seen a pullback at this point to like the 4,000 range. But hey, that's what patience is. And yeah. So until that happens, I'm kind of just sitting and looking at altcoin charts. First one I'm looking at is Icon. I'm looking at like a weekly trade for this. I'd want to enter in around the 560 area. Like 563 would probably be my entry. Cutting at around 508. And my first target is going to be 741. Way up here. Yeah, this is the lowest Icon will really have ever been on Binance. And when it goes back to that level, even when it opened, it was around the 560 level. So being at 617, it's not too far off. Volume is drying up. So yeah, that's my game plan on that. My next trade is going to be Mana. Decentraland, they rent you like server space or some shit like that in like a 3D world. But it's listed on Coinbase. Again, it's just another shitcoin. I'm sure someone will pay more for it. And the future, looking at the weekly chart, you can see this whole range has not spent a full week in it, and it's just now touching the top of this range. So I would expect it to bounce here, and if it breaks this, I don't want to be in the trade. Shit, it could drop all the way down to 500, and that's 40% lower. So like, why would you do that? Cut it sooner rather than later. Shit, it opened like 100 satoshis on the end of 2017. That's crazy. But yeah, it looks like a pretty clear range for me right here. I'm looking to enter around the 814, maybe 820 range. I'm going to cut if it drops below 740. And my first target is going to be 1700. It seems like, max I'd be in that trade a month. It could do this again for like another 3-4 weeks. That'd be whatever. As long as it doesn't drop below 740, I think, I'll still hold on to the trade. Honestly, when I look back at my notes, my first target's 1350, so right up around there, where you run into this resistance, and the top of this wick is 1400, so if that's where the sellers came in last time, sellers will probably come in again this time. So if it hits there, I want to drop 50% of my trade, and then if it hits 1700, like great, I'll drop the other 50%. That's on the weekly chart. My next trade is going to be Komodo. Again, another shitcoin. The guy from EOS hypes it a lot. But that dude's a scammer. So But he has a good, like, PR campaign on it. EOS is listed on a lot of exchanges, and it's been relevant, even though it's not a great project. So yeah, I'm gonna try to enter around 1740. It's almost there on the weekly charts. I'd cut right below 1600. It's not the lowest that this price has ever been, but volume is just drying up. When I look at Tom DeMark's indicators, it already had a 9 count. It broke the last 9 count that we had. So you normally have a 1 to 4 period correction, and I expect, with the length of these candles, that this fourth week could get all the way down to 1740. But like, for real, if it's dropping lower than that, like, I don't want to see how far it's gonna go. So that's a little more conservative play. I still have an 8.5%. Like, stop from where I'm entering. So I'm only entering in like a tenth of my account on that trade. First goal is going to be 2250. And from there, like, it just keeps going. You can sell at 2700. That'd probably be a good range. 3200, 4500 up here. When you're looking at the weekly charts, like, if it broke above 4500, like, you're just in the clear. Like, shit. 7,600, you're nearly like getting extra 50% on top of, the first real resistance. If it broke out of this range, that is. So yeah, there's just some hopium there. Another weekly trade I want to look at is 0x. But with its Bitcoin pair. As you can see here, back in April of 2018, it's been about this price. Currently it's 51.93. I'm looking to pick it up around 47.60. It's gone as cheap as 1,500 Satoshis. Like, there's just something like 4 billion coins. Honestly, I'm surprised it's worth fucking anything. But, there's a Coinbase listing on it, and that's good enough to put money into it. That's really all you need for a coin to be worth something is, someone to buy it for that price. So they've always had good marketing. I think they'll continue to have good marketing. You're on an aggressive 13 count, and then another 13 keeps dropping. The volume's going lower. On the weekly, your RSI is like 34, 33. Your on balance volume definitely grew more than this last drop to 6,200, which is crazy. I'm looking at the daily chart, it's already past the 9 count. So, yeah, my first target with that's going to be 6,400. That alone is like a 35% gain that I'm looking at. If it happens, I think that'd be sick. Yeah, the RS on the daily bottomed out back when it was still 5,200. It's only grown from there. I would like to see more volume on up days, which is why I am not buying down till 4,700. I think it still has some time to sell. I think people are still selling it. Whoever is holding the actual token, just panic letting go of it. Let's see. After target 1 at 6,400, I mean, if you're at my levels that I was interested in, 7,000, 8,000, 9,800 or so, all the way up here is not even from this year. It's like June 25th, 2018. That's crazy. That's most of my trades that I'm looking at. I entered into a Monero trade earlier this week, and I rushed into it, definitely. I think I entered in at like 1200, or like 1193 or something like that, just because I had not seen Monero that cheap in a long time. Bitcoin value wise, USD value wise, that shit's gone up, but I think it got reached as low as like $40 earlier this year. But I'm looking to cut if it drops below 11,272. For real, my first goal is back in the 1300s. And yeah, after that, I'm really looking at like 1600 for a sell. Your weekly chart, a month ago it was at 14,160. It's only been going down. Like, holy shit, that chart already went past the 9 count. It's just hovering right here between this area. If that's not accumulation, then that's just gonna keep dropping. Like, in reality, it does look like I would see that, and I would think it would just drop, and it would just keep going down. But the other side of that is it could be like a big cup, or it could turn into another pattern. I think right now is a good time to buy it. You know, how else are you going to see if the trade works out? Unless you put money on the line. Like, I'm going to forget about the trade if I don't put money on the line. So, yeah, I sized in so that I'm risking 1% of my account on this trade. Yeah, everything's like a 3-to-1 risk ratio, risk to reward ratio or more. Yeah, yo, I think that's all I got for you today. May 1st, remember, gambling sucks, manage your risk appropriately, and yeah, let me know if you have any questions or comments. Thanks.